Dear student, today I will be discuss the work of iron smelters in India. The process of obtaining a metal from rock or soil by heating it to a very high temperature, or of melting objects made from metal in order to use the metal to make something new. Indian wood steel, which was produced all over South India, fascinated European scientists. Michael Faraday, the legendary scientist and discoverer of electricity and electromagnetism, spent 4 years studying the properties of Indian woods. However, the wood steel making process, which was so widely known in South India, was completely lost by the mid 19th century. The British conquered India. The imports of iron and steel from England began to displace the iron and steel produced by the crafts people in India. As a result, several iron smelters lost their job. The demand for iron produced also declined in this period. In Bihar and central India, in particular, every district had smelters that used local deposits of ore to produce iron, which was widely used for the manufacture and implements and tools of daily use. In the 19th century, the Indian iron smelting industry declined. There are many reasons for decline the work of iron smelting industries in India. Some important are: the new forest laws of the colonial government prevented people from entering the reserved forest. Now it became difficult for the iron smelters to find wood for charcoal. Getting iron ore was also a big problem. So many people related from work as a iron smelters looked for other jobs. In some areas, the government did grant access to the forest, but the iron smelters had to pay a very high tax to the forest department for every furnace they used. This reduced their income. By the late 19th century, iron and steel was being imported from Britain. Iron smiths in India began using the imported iron to manufacture utensils and implements. All these reasons caused the decline of the Indian iron smelting industries. Jamsetji Tata had decided to spend a large part of his fortune to build a big iron and steel industry in India. But this could not be done without identifying the source of fine quality iron ore. For this reason, his son Dorabji Tata, along with Charles Weld, an American geologist, began traveling in Chhattisgarh in search of iron ore deposits. It was the year 1904 CE. One day, after traveling for many hours in the forests, Weld and Dorabji came upon a small village and found a group of men and women carrying basket loads of iron ore. These people were the Agarias. When asked where they had found the iron ore, the Agarias pointed to hill in the distance. Weld and Dorabji rushed to the hill. On exploring the hill, the geologists declared that they had at last found what they had been looking for. Rajhara Hills had one of the finest ores in the world. But there was a problem. The region was dry and the Tatas had to search for a more suitable place to set up their factory. A few years later, a large area of forest was cleared on the banks of the river Subarnarekha to set up the factory and an industrial township, Jamshedpur. Here there was water near iron ore deposits. The Tata Iron and Steel Company, TISCO, that came up began producing steel in 1912. Before the First World War, India imported British steel for rails. When in 1914 the war broke out, steel produced in Britain now had to meet the demands of war in Europe. So imports of British steel into India declined and the Indian railways turned to TISCO for supply of rails. As the war dragged on for several years, TISCO had to produce sails and carriage wheels for the war. By 1919, the colonial government was buying 19% of the steel manufactured by TISCO. Over time, TISCO became the biggest steel industry within the British Empire. In the case of iron and steel, as in the case of cotton textiles, industrial expansion occurred only when British imports into India declined and the market for Indian industrial goods increased. This happened during the First World War and after. As the nationalist movement developed and the industrial class became stronger, the demand for government protections became louder. So the period of First World War in India very fruitful for industry, especially related from the TISCO and as well as for other communities those are involved as a work iron smelting.